So in Go Deeper, we're looking at ups and downs in this first episode of our new season, Ups and Downs. And in between season 1 and season 2, there's a few weeks have gone by and we've had some ups and some downs. Peaks and troughs is another way of saying the same thing. We've got times in life when it's quite good, times when it's quite busy. There's a great American preacher, Dr. Adrian Rogers, and he talked about pressure and stress. And he said it this way: sometimes there's times in our life when there's good stress or there's bad stress. Bad stress would be running for the bus every single day of your week because you're not getting up on time. Good stress would be running for your bus on the odd occasion because it's important to do that. So there can be good things and there can be bad things. And ups and downs is all about this stuff. So let me just read this. This is John chapter 16. From verse 17 to 33. I'm going to read it all out because it's all good stuff. Some of his disciples said to one another, "What does he mean by saying, 'In a little while you will see me no more, and then after a little while you will see me'? And because I am going to the Father." They kept asking, "What does he mean by a little while? We don't understand what he is saying." Jesus saw that they wanted to ask him about this, so he said to them, "Are you asking another what I meant when I said, 'In a little while you will see me no more, and then after a little while you will see me'? I tell you the truth, you will weep and mourn while the world rejoices. You will grieve, but your grief will turn to joy." We'll come back to that. "A woman giving birth to a child has pain because her time has come. But when a baby is born, she forgets the anguish because of her joy that a child is born into the world." I can attest to that personally. Every time Joe gave birth to a baby, from exhaustion and tiredness, new baby, completely forgotten. It's absolutely true. "So that with you now is your time of grief, but I will see you again and you will rejoice. And no one will take away your joy. In that day you will no longer ask me anything. I tell you the truth, my Father will give you whatever you ask in my name. Until now you have not asked for anything in my name. And ask and you will receive, and your joy will be complete. Though I have been speaking figuratively, a time is coming when I will no longer use this kind of language, but will tell you plainly about my Father. In that day you will ask in my name. I am not saying that I will ask the Father on your behalf. No, the Father himself loves you because you have loved me and have believed that I came from God. I came from the Father and entered the world. Now I am leaving the world and going back to the Father." Then Jesus' disciples said, "Now you are speaking clearly and without figures of speech. Now we can see that you know all things and that you do not even need to have anyone ask you questions. This makes us believe that you came from God." "You believe at last," Jesus answered. "But a time is coming and has come when you will be scattered, each to his own home. You will leave me all alone, yet I am not alone, for my Father is with me. I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world." And our thoughts this time round are, there's going to be difficult times, but the difficult times lead to other times. And actually, as Christians, those difficult times, you've always got joy. It's there. It's what God has for us when we exist with him, when we have a relationship with him. I mentioned Jo when she'd had a baby, she went from exhaustion. 3 times I've watched this, absolute the lowest point of physical exhaustion. And then the baby's presented to her, and all of a sudden it's gone. And there's a smile on her face, and she looks bright and breezy. It's amazing. And I've witnessed that 3 times. And it's the same when you're doing a run or a cycle and you hit the wall and you can't go anymore. There's a real difficult time, but the goal is not the run. The goal is the finish line and getting to the end. And when you get there and you get through those difficulties, you're elated at the end. And that's what this is talking about. But this is where we're at. "I have told you these things that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart. I have overcome the world." As we think about endurance, we go back to the scripture in Timothy. And we always think, whatever we're doing physically, there's more important things to be done spiritually. Physical exercise is good. Spiritual exercise is much better. And it can be really hard as a Christian through this life. If anybody told you when you become a Christian, everything gets all rosy and great, they were lying to you. And right here, verse 33, John chapter 16, the words of Jesus himself, "In this world you will have trouble." It's not an easy place to be. But as Christians, we always have access to peace, to joy, to the fruit of the Spirit, which spontaneously work through us when we have a relationship with Jesus Christ. And those good things and those bad things, they come and they go. So, peaks and troughs, ups and downs, good times, bad times, hard times, easy times, stressful times. As we're getting ready for endurance, it isn't just getting the filming, there's all the other videos we do, there's loads to do as we get towards it. Joe's work at the moment. My wife, she's getting really busy as she prepares for a new season within the job, and it's a cycle of stuff that comes along. It's a really busy time, and that will come. But we can have hope because we have peace. Ecclesiastes, lovely piece of scripture that you'll probably know. First verses of chapter 3 of Ecclesiastes. There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant, a time to uproot. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to tear down and a time to build. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to scatter stones and a time to gather them. A time to embrace and a time to refrain. What does that make you think? During COVID, not being able to hug, we're coming to the end, we can hug each other again. A time to embrace, a time to refrain. A time to search and a time to give up. A time to keep and a time to throw away. A time to tear and a time to mend. A time to be silent and a time to speak. A time to love, a time to hate. A time for war and a time for peace. And at the point of it, I'm saying this in May of 2021, a time to embrace and a time to refrain is very high. There's nothing wrong with being asked not to hug for a while to prevent COVID from spreading. Straight out of scripture. There's a time to refrain, but there's a time to embrace, and that's coming. There's a time for war and a time for peace. We look at Israel and the problems of Palestine and all the death and the innocent people who have been killed. Not getting into the politics of that one, but there's also a time for peace, and that gives us hope. Whatever you're going through, whether you're struggling with fitness, whether you're struggling with life, you haven't got a job, you've got too much work, you're trying to have a family, you've got more children than you can cope with at the time, you've got no food in the cupboards, you've got an excess of food. All these times are cycles in our life, but let's have hope and peace, because no matter what is going on in your life and my life, whether it's an up or a down, whether in the valleys or on the top, there's joy. And there's peace, and there's hope.